Hey guys, my name is Rachel and I am the writer at Exploration Life at explorationlife.wordpress.com. And I wanted to talk with you guys today about my recent adventure to Beacon Rock State Park. So, Beacon Rock State Park is located in Skamania County, Washington. Its primary feature that it's famous for is Beacon Rock, which is the second largest monolith in the United States. It is the core of an ancient volcano, which is pretty awesome. I want to do this video in two parts, mainly because there is so much to cover and so much to see at Beacon Rock State Park. I think you'd be pretty surprised at what all they have to offer. Most people, when they think of the park, they think of the rock, and there's so much more there. So in video one, I'm going to chat with you about the actual rock, so climbing that, and then also their boat launch and their day use park down below Beacon Rock. So for people who are interested in hiking Beacon Rock, it is I would say beginner to intermediate trail. It is a pretty steep climb up the side of a giant volcano core. You're not climbing most part at the interior. There are some areas where you're kind of in a forested zone, but for the most part, you're hovering along on concrete slabs and wooden bridges, and they're all very well maintained and they're very strong and sturdy. But if you have issues with heights or perhaps vertigo issues, you might find it to be a little intimidating, but it's nothing that you can't handle. There are railings to keep you safe, and I've seen like little kids do the hike up to elderly adults. So I mean, it's definitely something that you could do, even if you have height issues. It's about a mile to the top and then a mile back down. I started my hike early in the morning and I got there at about 9:10 and I finished at about 9:50. And that is stopping a lot to take pictures and to snap video that I'm going to share with you at the end of this. So the hike is really, really easy to do as far as time goes. I would recommend you get there earlier in the morning, obviously because it's cooler during that time of day, but also because there's less people in the morning. After 10 o'clock, it gets really, really busy. It is a very popular place for people to go hiking, so you will run into a lot of people if you go there later on in the afternoon. If you're not camping at Beacon Rock State Park and you are only using the parking lot down at the base of the rock, you will need the Discover Pass, which is $10 for a day. However, if you're camping at the park, I had spoken to one of the forest rangers and he said that your little camp pass that you get that you have to put in your car, reserving your camp spot, will work as your parking pass down at Beacon Rock State Park. It works everywhere as your basically a makeshift day use pass as well. But that's if you're camping. Aside from Beacon Rock, there is the boat launch area. So the boat launch area is down in the day use area. There's more than just day use down there. There's two campsites right on the river. They go really fast. They were both packed when I got down there on Friday morning, and it was before 10. And so they were packed. There's also some RV hookup sites. And if you have a boat, I saw a couple yachts down there, really small yachts, and then a couple of speedboats down there. You can park your boat there. There is a fee to use the boat launch. I believe it's $7 if you're just launching from there. I don't know what the overnight fee is, but you can park your boat there overnight as well. If you're just using the day use, they have a picnic area and they have a walking trail. If you're also interested in a longer hike up Beacon Rock, there is a River to Rock trail which starts down by the boat launch area and goes up to Beacon Rock and connects with the Beacon Rock trailhead, which means you can extend your 1 mile hike out a little bit further so that you can have a longer hike for the day. I think that as far as the boat launch area goes, I used it for my kayak. So I'm an avid kayaker. I absolutely love going out. You will be on the Columbia River and you will be around very fast boats. There was a guy on a jet ski who I guess thought it was funny to weave in and out of those of us who were kayaking, and was creating some very interesting waves for us to have to navigate, which wasn't too bad if you know how to handle it. But it was certainly interesting. There are lots of fun things to see when you're out on the water. There's Pierce Island, which unfortunately, well, I mean, it's not unfortunate, it's closed for a significant portion of the year because it's a wildlife refuge. So there are lots of restrictions for what you can and can't do I stood on it for just a little bit, long enough to read the sign, and then I got back in my kayak and headed off, even though it's technically during the open season, just because I don't want to disturb anything. It is very, very untouched considering where it's located. So the Forest Service does a great job of protecting that region for animals. If you're interested in hanging out at Pierce Island, make sure you read the signs and make sure that you don't go there during the season where it is closed. Other than that, as far as kayaking, as long as you stay in the bay area where the boat launch is, you should be perfectly fine. Once you go past Pierce Island, you are out on the Columbia River, and there's a pretty swift current down there just because it sits below the dam, the Bonneville Dam. But other than that, I think it's really great as far as kayaking goes. There is a $7 launch fee even for kayakers, although one of the Forest Service guys did give me the heads up that there is a very wooded trail, which I did use. It was kind of sketchy to get down to the water, and if you choose to use that trail, then you do not have to pay the $7 launch fee. So I hitched my kayak up over my shoulder and carried it down the trail and then back up afterwards. So it is possible to go down there and not have to pay an additional fee if you're just kayaking. Other than that, I think that that's all there is to discuss about the lower portion of Beacon Rock State Park. Remember, it is along Highway 14, so it is a very busy area. Be careful if you're out in the parking lot there. There are people who pull off 14 to use that as kind of like a passing zone, so you don't want to get hit. You always want to be kind of on alert. So the last portion of this video is going to be just some clips that I took on my GoPro from Beacon Rock, from the actual rock from my hike, and then the other ones are going to be from when I was out on my kayak. If you have any questions, you're welcome to leave them in the comment section below, and I will do my best to answer them. Always, if you like the video, please like and subscribe to my channel. I plan on posting a lot more adventure videos just because this is something that kind of helps me to get out and about and motivate me to do so. And then if you want to check out my blog, it is explorationlife.wordpress.com. It's kind of funny spelling, so make sure you check out the link below so that you know how to find it.